afternoon, and welcome to another episode of the Employ Baltimore Show, where the goal is to continue to do what we do as an agency. We bridge the gap between the Baltimore employer and the Baltimore job seeker, and I'm excited today because last week we had a bunch of the MOED staff on, and we had a good time talking about who we are and what we do. And this week, we have some powerful, powerful employers. I'm talking about employers that we have had some events with, and we're going to have some more events with because they have a great need for people. I need y'all to like, love, and share this broadcast. Share with anybody you know that's looking, because we're talking about companies today with an average wage in warehousing of about $16 an hour as we continue with our Manufacturing Careers Month. So I need everybody to get in the comments and give me some hashtag MCMs, and we have a powerful, powerful, powerful show lined up for you today. As always, I got to shout out our great producer behind the scenes making all the magic happen, Miss Arlie Lima, who is one of the members of our communications department here at MOED, and all the wonderful, wonderful people that even through the pandemic has continued to press to serve Baltimore. With that being said, I'm about to bring my big homie, my big brother, one of the guys who taught me in this work, who trained me, who helped me to grow and to develop in this work on the screen, because we got some opportunities that we need to talk about. Y'all know normally we've been bringing my good man Andre Beckles on to talk about our job board, but I got somebody that's live and in color today want to talk about some opportunities that we are recruiting for. I'm talking about the one and the only Mr. Darrell Falls, my counterpart, who is also a workforce supervisor here with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Him and his team is doing some powerful, powerful, powerful work, and he's here to talk to us about it today. So, Darrell, unmute yourself, man. Let's talk to the people.
All right, Marvin. Thank you for inviting me to the Employ Baltimore show. You know, I love it. I love it. I love it, bro.
Yes,
We're knocking this out the park. Man, we have so many opportunities. It's hard to really say where to start from. I'm going to share an opportunity, and this goes outside of manufacturing and construction. Okay, but I have to share this opportunity because when I heard about it, it was just too important not to present it. We are working with MedStar Health. They are looking for full-time CNAs right now, full-time CNAs to work in all four of their medical facilities: Harbor, Good Samaritan, Franklin Square, and Union Memorial. And they're looking for entry-level CNAs with no experience, and they're bringing them on board at $18.35 an hour. If you do the night shift, they will bring you on board at $19.35 an hour. I just had to share that, Marvin, because that's a great opportunity for any new graduating CNA. You have a certified nursing a certificate, and you've been wanting to work in a hospital, the opportunity is right now, right here.
Man, and employers are getting a message.
Yes, they will accept them right out of school. Right out of school, Marvin.
It's powerful, man.
Yeah, so I had to share that one. I know we're in manufacturing and construction, but that is an opportunity. And right now, you can reach out to two of our great business service reps, Deirdre Moore and Joy Brown. If you're a CNA and you want to work at one of those four hospitals, we have the job openings for you right now, and that salary is unbeatable. It's unbeatable.
Yeah. I got somebody I definitely want to refer. She was just talking to me the other day about wanting to step up. She's been in the business for a little while. All of her certs are good. She's actually been working in the hospital, but it's more sitter work. And if you notice, y'all, in these conversations that we have, you're constantly hearing us talk about better wages, right?
Yep.
Because this push for economic justice that we have, as we're talking to companies here in Baltimore, we are saying if you want a better quality, if you want a better environment, a better community on your job, one of the major needs is that you increase the wages. So, Darrell, that's powerful that we're about to get CNAs up. We got to no, this isn't a training. No, we don't. We're not providing CNA training. This is opportunities for people that already have a CNA certification.
But you definitely can enroll in our programs in MOED. We do offer WIOLA training, and we offer CNA training through our WIOLA grant. So you definitely want to connect with us and talk to us about training. Now, on to some of the great events that are happening next month. Next month is going to be the construction month. It is so much happening in this city in construction. On the 5th, we want you guys to come back on this show to meet with 4 great employers, 4 great coordinators in this city that's coordinating major construction projects. We have our schools being built via Maryland Stadium Authority, the 21st Century Schools. You definitely want to come back and hear from Kim Douglas. We have Port Covington, everything that's going on in Port Covington, and all the great work that's going on there. You want to come back and hear from them, and the Perkins Somerset projects, the Park Heights Renaissance Road project. All these projects, we're going to have the individuals who are managing those projects on the 5th to talk about how you can access those jobs. And of course, you'll be able to access those jobs through MOED. All right.
That's the way.
Yeah, that's the way. We're connected with all of the employers that we're bringing to you. On May the 24th, we having a trades and apprenticeship workshop where if you want to get into construction, you want to be an electrician, you want to be a plumber, you want to be a carpenter, you want your OSHA 10, OSHA 30, you want to come to this event on the 24th. We're going to have unions, apprenticeships, trade partners. They're all going to be there waiting to talk to you about joining their programs so you can get skilled up and get these jobs. And then the very next day on May the 25th, we're going to have a construction job fair, and a bunch of employers are going to be on this site, on this event, to talk about all the jobs. Perkins, Port Covington, 21st Century Schools, Morgan, everywhere in this city is some building that's going on. So we themed it, let us build Baltimore together. That's the theme of May, and I can't wait for you guys to join us again in May. We're going to have a lot for you as far as construction is concerned. Please stay with us. And right now we have an employer as well that's really, really desperate for candidates that know how to use power tools. We're working with an employer in Southwest Baltimore called Chip Pallet. This employer is background friendly, but they do require to take the drug test because you're dealing with power tools and you don't want to accidentally shoot yourself in the foot with a nail gun. You don't want to make that mistake. But right now they're offering $16 an hour and they need workers right now. Okay. And then you're going to hear about the other great things that's happening with Walmart and Northeast Foods. And Marvin, I'm going to send it back over to you, brother. That's what I wanted to announce, those opportunities and those events, man. We got to really drum that up and get our people on board, brother.
Teamwork definitely makes the dream work. We got the young soldier, the mayor of MOED, Brandon Scott himself in there responding to some questions that people are having. Listen, y'all, you have got to tune into this show weekly. You got to be a regular. You got to be here because the opportunities are vast. The question that Ms. McDougall had was, what types of training does MOED offer? We wouldn't be able to talk to our guest today if we started talking about the training partnerships and connections that we have. They are vast. But what you want to do, can we get the bit.ly up there, Ollie? We want you to go to this link right here and connect with our services. There's such a wide range of opportunities, either stuff that's directly connected to us through some of our WIOLA training, all the way through to stuff where we have amazing partnerships. We had a couple of weeks ago, we had Maryland New Direction on. Darrell talked about some of the CNA today. It's only one way to do it. That is to get connected. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta.
We got the opportunities. Yes, you can do you can get your CNA, your CDLs, your pharmacy tech. We have the trainings. Get connected.
Some of the innovative stuff that we doing, y'all. Like I had one employer call me requesting to speak to the HR of another company yesterday, and the result of that conversation was that the company that made the request for me to reach out to the other HR, they brought their wage up because they asked them, what are y'all doing over there that is helping y'all retention? Because they similar type businesses. The young lady said Marvin challenged us to increase our wage to $15 an hour, and now we are having better results with retention. So what did the other company do? They are increasing their wage to $15 an hour. Y'all, we are truly building a workforce system that works in Baltimore. And Darrell, being around as long as we've been around and being at the center of a lot of this great work that's being done, man, it sure feels good.
It does. This is a hiring period. Right now, a job is just a mouse click away. There are so many virtual events that you can be engaged in to talk directly to employers from your home. So we're taking advantage of that by bringing you employers that are doing virtual recruitments with us, virtual information sessions with us, so that you can tap into the jobs and you can make a firm decision on the opportunity that's right there at your fingertips. The opportunities is just a mouse click away. You'll see our flyers posted everywhere. Just get connected to us and challenge us. What is it that you're looking for that you haven't heard yet? Let us say, hey, let's go out there and see if that's there. Because trust me, there's an employer for every person that has a need, and there's a need for every employer. You can get connected. I don't care if it's manufacturing, construction, healthcare, every industry we're tackling, IT, clerical, administrative, banking. We're in those industries. We're meeting with those employers. We're promoting you. Baltimore City, best residents, best workers in the world are in Baltimore City. We're promoting you. So all we need you to do is get connected to us, and we can connect you to them.
And the interesting thing for me is like everybody that's hitting me up just this past 2 weeks. Last week, I sent 15 candidates to an employer who hired 13 of the 15. They asked me for 15 again this week. The growth, as we're starting to see some reopening and all of that sort of thing, is tremendous. And they're trusting us because even through the pandemic, MOED has continued to lead the way in serving Baltimore and making sure that those connections are happening. Our Employer Services Division focused on being that HR extension to businesses here in Baltimore, culture development and all of those kinds of things. And then, of course, our entire MOED team making sure that we're sending quality candidates to meet the needs of these great employers, which is a great segue. And Darrell, I hope you're going to hang out with me for a little while. A great segue because we have 2 employers with us today. 2 employers who have the capacity to hire a lot of people. Listen, y'all, I see 17 on the live looking at my screen. I need us to get those numbers up. I need you to like, love, share. I need you, even if you need to go as far as tagging somebody in the comments that needs to get this information, because we're talking about 2 companies who have the ability to hire at a very high capacity. Very high capacity. 2 companies who have taken the lead and leading the way as we're moving past pre-employment drug screening and some of the other things that have scrutinized workers and not given them a level opportunity. We're talking about 2 employers who are offering on average $16 to $17 an hour, and it doesn't require you to have a degree or a whole bunch of skills. 2 employers who want people who are going to show up every day and come to work. I'm saying a lot, but I got to bring them on the screen. The first one I want to bring on the screen is a young lady that I had the privilege of working with. One of my colleagues, Miss Joy Brown, called me one day and said, Marvin, Walmart asked me for this incredible number of people, and I don't have that many. What you got? I loaded up a van, and we were in the, I think it was the Towson. We were in the Towson Walmart, and we had a line that went from the office door all the way back to the entry door. And this young lady literally gave her undivided attention to each candidate. And we were able to get a lot of people hired that day from both our adult centers and where I used to work at our Yo Center. I'm talking about Miss Jaquetta. Jaquetta, it's been a few years that we've been able to work with you guys. And listen, you have been a rock star helping Baltimore City residents get into employment opportunities.
Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me to Employ Baltimore. So I just wanted to give a little background of what we're looking for. So like he said, we've done events before, but our next event with this organization is May the 18th. and we'll be looking for candidates for the Golden Ring Walmart, Cockeysville Walmart, Towson, and White Marsh, and we need to hire 125 people that day. So, like he said, if you know someone that is looking for a job, like and share and pass all the information. You won't send me your resume or get in contact with me, but send it to these gentlemen and they'll set you up with the interview slot time. The interviews are on the spot and you will be hired on the spot. So as soon as you do your interview that day, you'll know right then and there if you're hired. The starting pay is $17.50 for overnight. The overnight shift is 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. And
Come
during the
on.
day, the starting pay is $16, but that shift is 2 to 11. And that's what we're hiring for May 18th.
All right. Well, we're going to
Man.
unpack a little bit more with you, Mr. Quetta. So definitely stick around and hang out with us.
Okay.
We have another very storied employer. I remember being a few years back in this workforce development trade, and there was this very coveted employer in Baltimore that a lot of people who were in manufacturing and warehousing wanted to get to because they've always led the way in higher wages. They've led the way in so many different areas, being a background friendly employer. This was a place where you can go and you can really earn a living wage and a great living. And we've got two people here today to talk with us and have this conversation around manufacturing and around the direction that we see it going here in Baltimore. They are from Northeast Foods, who is the parent company to H&S Bakery. So all of y'all, all the folks out there that constantly talk about H&S, you see us say Northeast Foods, you're not sure. Northeast Foods is the parent company to H&S Bakery, Crispy Bagel, Mid-Atlantic Bakery, and they're here with us today to talk about the great opportunities. I'm talking about my guys, Nate and Terrell. Can we get y'all up on the screen?
Yes, indeed.
See, that's why I was excited about getting here. You see Nate, I knew Nate was going to bring. Nate was going to bring bread.
Nate.
He gonna listen. That bread is symbolic of all the bread you gonna make when you work in that.
Pulled it straight off the line. Hello. I just want to say thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Darrell. I want everybody to know that just a few weeks ago we had a job fair organized by the Mayor's Office of Employment and Development, and there was virtual. It was entirely virtual. We had 19 people coming just for the H&S side, and then we also had Mid-Atlantic, which also belongs to Northeast Foods, and Terrell is here to speak to it. We had additional people there, and just speaking for H&S, we were able to make 17 offers on the spot. We're looking for general help in our sanitation department, in our wrapping department, in our production department, and we're looking for people who want to help us make this. We're looking for people who want to earn $16.65 an hour starting off. We don't require any experience. All we require is for you to have the willingness and the ability to work legally in the U.S. and to show up on time and understand instructions. And we really excited to working with the Mayor's Office of Employment because of their focus on community building and on helping Baltimore to find jobs, and helping Baltimore people to find prosperity. And that's just, I couldn't identify more with that message. I couldn't be prouder to work with you guys. What are some other perks of working here? If you're somebody who's looking for overtime hours, we always have overtime hours paid at overtime rate. And we're also as well looking for mechanic helpers, pay rate starting a little higher at $18 an hour. We're always looking for CDL Class A drivers. As long as you have 2 points or less on your license and 1 year of experience, we will gladly employ you here. And we also currently have openings for supervisors, both in the shipping area and in sales, in route sales. So if you have some experience, some solid experience, and can speak to supervisory managerial skills, we would love to have you. But just for anybody looking for a job right now, willingness to work, show up on time, be here, we will make sure that you get a good paycheck every week, and we pay weekly. That's my spiel.
Yes.
Also, you get
weekly pay.
two of these
Weekly
home a day.
pay. Oh, look at it, man. 2
of these home a day. Anytime you can pick, you can take your pick. So
let's slide over to Terrell. You want to give us a little insight from the Mid-Atlantic side, my brother?
Yes. I want to start off by just saying thank you to you guys. You guys, it's been a blessing working with you. Let me tell you, we were able to get so many positions filled from just one job fair that we had. What was that, like 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Our general help positions. We even got a mechanic position filled in. So I'm really looking forward to working with you guys going forward. We have a lot of the same opportunities. Like, we're still under the Northeast family. So Nate touched on some of those perks that you get from work with us. One of them is that bread right there that you see. Like you said, 2 loaves a day. You get to just take them home to your family. And over here at Mid-Atlantic, we have rolls and bread. So we have a little variety for you. But yes, we are just looking for people that are ready to work, ready to be here. Like he said, the pay rates are really, really good. The benefits, the life insurance, all those things are amazing. You're a union employee when you work for us. So, I mean, I'm not a union employee myself, unfortunately, but I would be proud to be a part of a union myself. So yes, come on over. We have supervisor positions open for maintenance. We have CDL supervisor positions open, as well as just CDL drivers. We have a lot of job openings, so come on over to us. Let us help you.
So, Arlie, if we can get all of our guests and me and Darrell on the screen, I want to just kind of have a round table discussion, because I'm going to tell y'all, man, it does something to me to know that we're in a space now where we're able to offer such competitive wages to people. Listen, there are a few companies in Baltimore that still haven't gotten the message. They still try to minimum wage people and all of that sort of thing. But for people who really don't have to have a degree, prior work experience, and all of that sort of thing to be able to get the level of wages that you guys are offering is phenomenal. DeQuetta, I want to start with you. Can you talk to us about why it's so important? Because we know that we're going to keep it real on it. We know historically people have tried to attack Walmart and come after Walmart for that very thing. And now you guys are literally taking a lead role. Can you talk to us about why it's so important for Walmart to be able to offer such a great and competitive wage?
It's important to us to kind of be the role model to what that looks like, to your point, what you were saying, and just building that community. And we know starting at minimum wage is not cohesive to where we're trying to drive the company. So the recent increase to $17.50 an hour overnight and $16.50 for daytime was just the right thing to do for the community overall.
Awesome. How about you, Nate?
Absolutely. We need people who are able to build their lives off of our employment opportunities here. And I believe that the wage that we offer here for people who are starting out represents hope. And I'm just really, really encouraged and excited to see so many of the mainstream companies who've been with us for so long suddenly taking the initiative. So many companies are still hanging back at the minimum they can possibly offer. And just, to hear that from Walmart is just great. It's great news. We want to help build not just our product, but the community. And how can we do that if we are offering people money that they can't even pay rent on? So
it's a great point that you made, Nick, because I do have a very interesting story. My next to the youngest son was able to move out working with you guys. First of all, it blew his mind what he was able to bring home weekly in his pay when he got the job. Because this was like his first, I think he went to work for Amazon. Amazon wasn't really a good fit for him. He came down and he got the H&S. And he's doing his thing in his chosen career, which is in the medical field now. But he came to work for you guys. And literally, man, it made me an empty nester. Like, he was the last of the Mohicans that was still in the house. And because he was able to get a living wage, he was able to move out and begin his life. And, that's always an awesome testimony. How about you? I'm gonna spin it a little bit when I come to you, Terrell. Okay. How does it make a potential candidate feel when you sit down and you're talking to them and they know that they have a real shot at something that'll help improve the quality of their life and the wages that they'll be able to earn at Mid-Atlantic?
Wow. Honestly, when I sit down with a candidate, they when they see the pay rate, or even when they get hired in, they see their first paycheck or a month of what they've gotten, they're like amazed. They're like, wow. Like I've had some candidates come straight out of high school. And as we know, like when you come out of high school, you don't always know what my next step is, right? You don't know if I want to go to trade school. I don't know if I want to go to college. So I feel like this is a great place to start and build that. If you're not sure what you want to do, come on over to us and just learn the workforce and learn what we do here, because we have a lot of growth and opportunities. We have people that are started off as just general help and become machine operators. Some people go from machine operators to becoming supervisors, you know. And like you said, the goal is to get an empty nest, right? I don't think anybody's like, yeah, I want my kids to stay here forever. So with this
No, that was not my testimony, bro.
okay, look, with this pay rate and this change, it gives them that opportunity while they're still trying to figure out what they want to do, whether it maybe stay on board with us for as many years as they would like. They may want to go out to another path. This sets them up for success so that they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I want to come back across to you, Jaquetta, and Darrell, jump in anytime, man.
Absolutely.
How has the competitive wage impacted the culture in Walmart? I mean, let me tell you, I've always had great respect for you, because when I met you, you were I didn't know I was going to be meeting such a young person. And you were so young, so driven. And when I'm talking about your business and about your work, I have always been thoroughly impressed with you being such a young person. And that is not to minimize who you are, your impact that is doing amazing things in your field and leading the way for Walmart. How is it impacting the culture in Walmart that you guys are at that place now where people can come and they can get that great living wage?
So a little bit about my story. I started Walmart the day after I graduated from Morgan. So I was 21, and I met you 2 years after. So I started as an assistant manager. And what people don't realize, I went to school for finance with a minor in accounting. What people don't realize is how much of a career Walmart can be for you. It's just not a job. So that's how I approached it. And when people come into Walmart, that's how I try to explain it to them. So I started as an assistant manager, and I did that for 2 years. Then after that, I was a co-manager, and I did that for a year. And then from there, I was store manager for 8 years. And now in October, I was promoted to market manager, which will manage 10 stores. So if you look at it as scope of things, a store manager can manage up to 130, $140 million, up to 325, 400 associates. So we can impact, different people's lives. But when you come with Walmart, there's no probation period or anything. So if you come in knowing you want to work as a Salesforce associate for 4 months, but you want to be a manager in 4 months, just apply. You can be a manager. We always look internal
Wow.
first and then go external. So it's no time limit in Walmart of when you can do what. And the pay band starts at the 16 and go all the way up. So it just depends on what you put in and what you want to do with your own life to make that career. But I tell them all the time, I'm not leaving Walmart. I'm going to retire here, so they're going to have to
I know
drag me
that's
out.
right. So, Jaquetta, we've done 3 events with you guys so far.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered your Southwest Baltimore stores. We've covered most of your stores in the city. Are there stores outside the city that you guys are trying to reach into to get candidates for? Are there stores that may not be right in our catchment area, but maybe some of our workforce partners could connect to you as well to get some of the opportunities in their region?
Yeah,
Can you
so the
explain your broader region?
yeah,
How
so
how
the
how
region that
wide
I'm in
your
has a
stretch
hundred and
your? Mm,
the region I had that I'm in has 177 stores
mm,
from Baltimore all the way to West Virginia. So
okay.
and right to the tip of North Carolina. So if you know anybody from Baltimore all the way to North
Okay.
Carolina, I got you covered.
And listen, for you to make all those strides, you don't look like you stressed at all. You know, if someone was
That's
to
culture
write
and
down,
environment, man.
if someone to write down your history with Walmart, we would probably be like, what are you, about 50, 60? You still young and you've grown so much in that
Yeah,
company. So that to me is very inspiring for a lot of young people,
yeah, I'm
especially
the
high school
youngest.
graduates.
Yeah, I'm the youngest. I am the youngest market manager.
Man, that's good. That
It's
is great.
19. It's 19 of us in this area.
So all of my young people here, opportunity. This is like the epitome of opportunity. When you look and you see somebody that looks like Jaquetta and Terrell and Nate, don't look at me because you know I'm a little white in the face, you know. But when you see folks that have this youthful side and they're in leadership, and I love the story itself. You know, she said all you have to do is come get your foot in the door and want to do something else. I'm gonna shift over to you, Nate, because you know, workplace culture and workplace environment is something that I'm literally analyzing now when I'm working with businesses and they telling me they have a high attrition rate or those kinds of things. And that's everything from work conditions to hours to all of that. And again, H&S has been H&S or Northeast has been a staple in Baltimore for years. How important is culture to the company?
Good question. Good question.
Yes, it's important enough that it requires, especially when we have companies as old as H&S, and then we have other staple Baltimore, even food companies. You know, we have McCormick and other ones that are headquartered here. And you have these companies that have been around for 100 years or more. It's important enough to them that they hire brand new leadership just to bring in, you know, bring us up to the 2020s. You know, bring us to 2021 when it comes to what's important in the workplace. Otherwise, we lose people, and we have that attrition rate that you're talking about. So there's a huge push within H&S right now. I'd say there's a push. That means it's an area of opportunity that we believe is the highest priority, is making sure that we are listening to our employees when they tell us what they need, so that we can keep people for longer periods of time. And we have people here who have been here 32 years, 36 years, 38 years on the floor, or you know, worked their way up into payroll or into supervisory position. But I tell everybody that we bring in, every new hire, you're helping us to make the new H&S. You're helping us continue the legacy, but in a way that is more equitable, in a way that is more sustainable, in a way that really creates a life that you and a career that you can have here, as opposed to merely another job. A lot of times we see people with a job history of being a few months here or maybe at the most a year here and there, because they've never really found a place where they can develop themselves and where they can rest. And that's what we want to create here. One more piece that I just want to add to that is one of the things that I really feel blessed to be able to enable is we hire people straight out of doing time.
Talk about it.
Yes, if that's part of the reconstruction that we want to do in this community. And fortunately, it's a position that, you know, it requires a lot of physical labor. It requires being able to follow instruction and being able to stick to a structure and a schedule. But it's a position that we're able to bring people on who have relatively recent background. As long as you can tell me, you know, you have a coherent story of how you're trying to turn your life around, we're glad to have you here. We want to help you do that. This also extends to people who have any kind of substance issues. We have benefits. We're tied up with a employee assistance program that will help you work your way through that. So this is something that, in my experience in human resources, working with other companies, a lot of times we were not able to offer, and people would maybe lose a job opportunity or lose a job after they'd got it because of a problem with substance addiction or anything like that. And now we actually have resources to offer those people so they can.
Man, this is powerful.
That's beautiful. Yes.
This is powerful. Like, you see the full embodiment of community happening in these businesses, man. This goes to say that you really care about your culture. You really care about your community. Terrell, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. When we decided that we wanted to bring you guys on the show, we said we want Terrell and Nate, because every conversation that we've had with you guys in the meeting space, you guys have been free to just inject your personality. We have a good time and have fun. And even though we're talking about critical information here on the Employ Baltimore show, we want the people to be able to connect. So tell me how you being someone that says you haven't been there a very long time, but just being able to come into an environment where you can be Terrell, because we got younger people, man, who, you know, I tell people all the time, they got to put on a paycheck personality in order to be successful. But at the same time, you want to be able to be yourself.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Here at Mid-Atlantic, since I've even been here myself, the culture here is honestly amazing. Everybody was welcoming from day one. I don't know how many knocks at my door I got, like in my first week, just introducing, like, hey, this is my name. I work on this side. I just wanted to come and meet you. So I love that. Everybody here is super friendly. They're welcoming. Myself, I'm big on making sure that I can fit into that culture, because we all want to feel comfortable when we start a new position or a new job. You want to know that you can fit into that company culture. So just going out, I've just spent time talking to different employees that have been here for a while, and just, what's kept you here for so long, right? So that we can use that to show people that are coming in the door, like, hey, you can stay here, you can build a career here. This is, this culture is for you.
Awesome. Jaquetta, I got a real good question for you. Darrell gonna love this. Being that we've been in this pandemic space and you guys have this explosion in opportunities and needing to be able to connect with people, and this is going to be part of a shameless plug because I'm going to put us all the way in the middle of it. How amazing has it been that you've been able to connect with the ability to connect with people virtually through the Mayor's Office of Employment Development?
Right. Yes.
It's been good because, as you guys know, when the pandemic started, Walmart never closed.
Exactly.
The retailers that stayed open. So we were in the stores even more when the pandemic hit, because if we're not open, you got to think about where is everybody going to get their goods from?
Right.
So we had to take a stand and stay open. So we were in the stores nonstop just to make sure that everybody got what they needed. So being able to do some things virtually just to step away from the store was definitely a blessing. And I know I probably wore Miss Joy out at times, but it was definitely a blessing because a lot of people were still not comfortable coming out to the store to interview. So that's something that Walmart will continue that moving forward. So we no longer do, you have to submit your background check, but a lot, just like they said, is waived. And as far as the drug test, we don't do drug tests anymore, only for one position, and that's if you're driving, working in like the auto care center. But everything is, if you don't feel comfortable coming in, you could just say you want to do a virtual, and everything will stay virtual. So connecting with you guys is definitely a blessing because it just made it a little bit easier for us in that realm.
That's great. And we have 2 events coming up, y'all. So May the 18th, Walmart. May the 6th, Northeast Foods. If you want to sit down again with Jaquetta, you want to meet Terrell, you want to meet Nate, join our events, get plugged in, because we're definitely happy to have these 2 major employers as a great partner with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. And we really, really appreciate what they're doing for the community of Baltimore City. And we're hoping that these 2 employers will be an example of how other employers can engage with us and get connected, and we can help you find some great candidates. You guys are the best. I really, really appreciate you both of the companies. What I really admire is the fact that your Northeast Food is being very lenient now on the backgrounds. I think that any employer in Baltimore City that doesn't realize the system, the way the things are functioning in Baltimore City, that even if a person make a mistake in the past, they have a right to change their life and move forward in the future. And there's no better way to help a person move forward in the future is to help steer them towards a great career. And Northeast Food is offering careers. Walmart is offering careers. These are not just jobs. There are all types of jobs. These are careers. You have folks on here that are telling you straight out the back that you can come and work for their company and grow. The only thing that's stopping it is you.
So let me ask you this, Nate. Give us a picture of the ideal candidate. And I'm talking more from a preparation perspective, a person who is out there right now listening to us and he's hearing about these great events that we got coming up. from being a human, I've always loved when I've been able to bring in human resources people or connect with human resource. And Justin, who used to work there, was a person that always made himself available to me. But to be able to hear from the people that are going to be doing the interviewing and hiring, who are you hoping comes through your door, and how should they prepare themselves to be successful?
I think the number one thing of preparation for success is to know what you want, because we're at a point in time, you guys know it, when there are a lot of jobs out there. And so when I talk to somebody who knows what they want, it makes it very clear and very easy for me to decide to tell them if we're going to be a match for them, if we're going to be a fit for them, if they're going to be a fit for us. So if anybody out there listening, figure out what's most important to you right now and how you want to prioritize that. And maybe very likely Northeast Foods can prepare you. But let me speak. I know that's probably not exactly where your question was going.
That's great information.
If you know that your priority right now is to get out of debt, we have the overtime pay available to help you do that. If you know that your priority right now is to spend more time with your family, maybe Northeast Foods is not the best place for you to get a job right now because we have a lot of hours here. So that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, when people know what their priorities are. But as far as your skills and your qualifications go, we're hiring mostly for general help. So when it comes to general help, we need you to be able to pass a physical. So that just says you're in general ability to lift small amounts. We're not talking about, this is not heavy warehouse work. This is manufacturing work, but there's not a lot of heavy lifting. It's more so a matter of stamina. So we're looking for people who are able to be on their feet 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, and people who work well with others. So if you are good at working with people and good at resolving problems, good at communication, we're just looking for basic skills and willingness. Really what it comes down to is willingness. So willingness and communication, and that we don't have very high requirements for the general help. And then general help can
We lost you, Nate. I don't know if you accidentally muted yourself. We lost your audio.
Sorry, I'm on my phone and I got a call. I was just saying that once you're in the door as general help, that's a platform that can give you maintenance experience and get you into the maintenance field, or it can get you into the supervisory field, etc.
So these jobs are on-the-job training. You coming in and you're being trained to perform. Is that the same on your end, Terrell, that the folks are coming on and then they'll get trained, they'll get partnered up with someone? They're not just going to come into a job and just say, hey, okay, you start over there, and they're off and running. They're going to be prepared and trained on this work. They're going to know how to keep themselves safe doing the work. They're going to know what the work entails. Can you talk about that a little bit, how the actual orientation is for the individual who is starting a job?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So like you said, when they're coming in, we're exposing them, especially the general help. As general help, your day-to-day can look different. However, when we start you off on doing one task, and then slowly but surely we add more on, right? So you get more acclimated with the work and more comfortable. And then from there, you can choose whether you want to spare. If you may want to stay on the bread side, you may want to go to roll side. You may want to be a mixer. You may want to be a machine operator. There's tons and tons of careers. You may even want to go to maintenance. We offer all that, and we train right here in this building for those positions. You don't have to go any outside training, trade schools, none of that for those specific positions specifically.
Are there any incentives as they're working, production incentives? Is there anything additional that H&S do that make the company feel like you're a part of a family?
Yes, we have our Shining Star Awards that we always give out. We give them out weekly. So these are submitted by supervisors and managers for everybody on the team. So we pick about like 5 people each week from each department to just shout them out and let them know like, hey, you're doing great. I always, myself, I'm a firm believer in you catch more bees with honey. So we want to let people, not only just tell them when we may correct them as they're learning in the process, but also let them know like, hey, you're doing a great job. We love what you're doing. And to touch on to orientation, as you asked me earlier, through orientation, we give them a full tour of the facility. We want them to know from day one, this is where you work. You even need to know where the bathroom is. We can get changed that. That makes people feel more comfortable in the environment that they're going into. We allow their managers and their supervisors and team leads to come in and talk to them during orientation, just so they know that who they're reporting to from day one, when they leave out of HR's hands into the actual job. And then we follow up 15 days, 30 days, 45. We follow up with these employees just to see how they've been getting acclimated to the work, if their training has been okay, if they need any support from us.
And Jaquetta, Walmart benefit package has kind of changed a little bit too. Is it just the salary, or have you guys done something as far as your benefits?
No, the salary has changed, but we've always had, you can go to school for $1 a day. If you sign up for Walmart, you can get your GED through Walmart. We have a program that helps you get your GED with no charge to your associate.
Wow.
We have benefits for part-time and full-time. We also have 401k, which we match 100%. We have Walmart stock options that's matched as well. It's tons of benefits.
Yeah, and they're helping folks get their GED. What brought that about? That's a great program.
Man, that's amazing.
Yes.
I've been with Walmart I've been with Walmart 13 years. That's been Walmart since I've been Walmart. We also have something called Resources for Living. So it's free counseling for you or whomever is in your household. You just call us 24 hours. We have Doctor on Demand, where you can call and FaceTime a doctor and get your prescription sent to the pharmacy for just $4. We have a lot of great benefits.
So y'all really about the community. These employers are about the community. Y'all doing, it's almost like you're hiring folks and then you putting wraparound services too, included in hiring them. Because a lot of things that you're offering on a job, we offer within our agencies and our workforce partners. So that is really, really great to see how these employers are moving forward.
But just like Nick said, you just got to know, you got to come in knowing what you want.
Yes.
And just don't come in thinking it's a job. Come in with a purpose, so you can feel good when you come to work, and not just coming to work just to get paid. Just know what your agenda is for the next 3 months, for the next year, so that way we can be able to help you guys move forward and accomplish those goals.
That's great,
man. When you hear stuff like this and you see I'm hoping that we're getting some employers that's going to run across this video, because this is literally what it means to build community and to develop culture. And I know that it leads to this is one of the things that Darrell will tell you I'm passionate about. I'm always that guy on the call with the employer that wants to know, what are you doing besides trading hours for dollars? You know what I mean? What are you doing? And to hear some of the phenomenal things that you guys are doing, because we talking about career pathing, it not just being a job. What I want to do now, because we coming down, the time flies when we on here, I want to give you guys an opportunity in your own way to talk about the positions that you have available. You don't have to rush. You can be as detailed as you want. If you take these last 12 minutes, as long as all three of you guys get a chance to speak about your opportunities, I don't care. Because you ain't got to hear from me no more. I thank y'all so much for coming on, man. This has really been an amazing session.
That's been. Really appreciate you guys.
No problem. So I'll go first. So like I said in the beginning, on May 18th, we'll be hiring for 4 locations: Golden Ring, Cockeysville, Towson, and White Marsh. The starting pay is $17.50. That's for the overnight position, $16.50 for daytime. If you're looking for management, you can also send in your resume. We're looking for team leads and coaches as well. Definitely more of a competitive pay there, starting at $18 and starting at $56,000 a year. If you have interest in any of those, you can email your resume to the 2 gentlemen you see that's hosting this live, and they will set you up with the interview slot for the 18th. I'll be on there on the 18th as well. But if you also would like or know someone that needs a job, this region has 177 stores. So from Baltimore to West Virginia, just let us know and we can connect you with who's hiring and get you an interview for those stores as well.
And just remember, stock clerks and cashiers, right?
Say that again?
Stock clerks and cashiers this time?
We're hiring for stockers, cashiers, digital associates to help with the digital customers that place their orders online,
Mm,
team leads, coaches, store managers, anything you can think of, we're hiring for.
absolutely great.
We never went on some type of, I know a lot of rumors went around we went on a hiring freeze, that we never went on a hiring freeze or anything like that. So we're actively hiring for
Good
all of the
stuff.
stores.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Terrell?
So for us here at Mid Atlantic, we're basically hiring right now for, as we talked about, our general help positions. So those are the positions that most people start off in, and then they'll choose which departments are better for them or which job function they like the best. And we can get them moving up. But for right now, our main priority that we're hiring for is our CDL drivers, as well as our maintenance mechanics. So as far as the CDL drivers go, we just need to, have a good driving record, no more than 2 points on your license. And you need to held that commercial license for at least a year prior to working with us. For the maintenance mechanic, we're just looking for people that are, out of trade school. We even have options where we can bump you up. We have 3 classes, A, B, and C. So you can get bumped up. Once you're with us, you can start off at C and be bumped up to B very quickly. We offer what we call 360 training. So you can come in, get acclimated with the work. You'll get trained on a lot of things. You'll test, and you can move up a class and a pay rate. So those are the main two that we're hiring for now. Like I said, general help.
All right, man.
All right, and over here at H&S Bakery, we're partnering directly with and we're any food, so we partner a lot. Terrell and I work a lot. Sometimes we'll even send over candidates. Hey, this person lives closer to your place. He'd love to work next door. How about you interview him over there? But anyway, so we're also hiring for all the same positions that Terrell is at Mid Atlantic Baking. But here at H&S Bakery, we also still need more than 30 people for our general help positions, both out in the bakery, in sanitation, and in our wrapping department. What you need, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but you really just need to show up with a willing attitude and have time availability on your calendar to work. And the job description is going to be different depending on each of those three areas, but there's going to be a lot of quality checks that you sign off on. There's going to be dough schedule recording, so you're mixing the ingredients and you are watching them go down the line and become bread, and you're making sure that every part of that process goes along well. Our sanitation department is also a lot more strategic. If you have had experience in sanitation and you want to take it up to the next level take it to the next level and learn some more skills, our sanitation department does everything that normal places do involving cleaning and the maintenance of public areas and restrooms and things like that. But we're a food manufacturer, so there's also the component of making sure the machines stay clean, making sure that discarded materials and ingredients and loaves that didn't meet quality go out properly and don't sit where they can attract pests, making sure that the building is properly shuttered and closed so that pests can't get in, making sure that there are no threats for mold. And that meshes a lot with the maintenance department. So our sanitation people get opportunities to get maintenance training, which moves them up into can help move them up into maintenance positions that are also a pay bump. So those are the things that we're hiring for. If you want to learn any of those areas, if you live nearby the Fells Point area and you smell the bread and you want to be part of it, come on over.
Smell the bread and come on over.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
This is great.
You guys have heard it. There's an abundance of opportunities. Don't let anybody tell you. I remember a few years ago, I was on a platform with then Congressman Elijah Cummings, peace be upon him. And I said to people, I said, listen, here in Baltimore, there is no shortage of employment opportunities. And I want to say that again, consciously and confidently. Right. There's no shortage of employment opportunities. We just need a workforce that is ready to be connected with all of these great opportunities that we have here locally in Baltimore. I do want to thank my guests. I want to thank Nate and Terrell from H&S, from Northeast Foods via H&S Bakery and Mid-Atlantic Bakery for coming on and sharing this time with us. You guys are awesome, man. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you, and thank you, because I'm a Baltimorean. I'm one of those returning citizens that been in trouble in my past. So the employers who do this work, I'm very passionate about it. And to just know, like I said, that historically, even in my career, I've been a beneficiary of as a workforce development professional of being able to help a lot of people get into Northeast food. So I want to thank you guys for being with us. And Madam Jaquetta, you're one
Yes.
of my favorite people from a distance. Your story is awesome, and the great work that you continue to do with Walmart. I hope as you continue to grow, with some kind of way that we can always be connected to you, because it is an amazing thing to see what you're accomplishing with the company, and how God is blessing you to be a blessing to a lot of people with these great opportunities. Thank all three of you for being with us this afternoon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And all the viewers, you're looking at over 200 jobs right now in front of you.
Yes, you are.
You can't beat it.
So what we gonna do to close out, since we've already got our gratitude to our guests out the way, I want to give it back to Darrell to talk about the events and stuff that we have coming up a little bit more in depth and in detail, because you guys have got to know. Listen, one of the things I want you to do is stay plugged into our social media pages. That's the Mayor's Office of Bulk, MOED, and even our personal pages, because there's always some sort of opportunities that's being shared, pushed, and promoted. And Darrell is kind of the guru for our team as it pertains to the virtual environment that we have developed throughout this pandemic. And we got a couple of major events coming up with some of these employers. And next month, we're going to make a hard shift over to construction. So, Darrell, talk to us about that. We got a few more minutes left.
We got May the 5th. We're going to be talking about all the major projects that's happening in around Baltimore City with some very, very important, powerful folks who are overseeing those projects. We have May the 6th. We have Northeast Foods. Again, they're going to be doing virtual interviews, sitting down, talking to you face to face about all their job opportunities. May the 18th, we have commercial construction that's overseeing the Park Heights Renaissance Road project. Alana and Gary will be doing interviews for anyone that live in the 2125 zip code. This is a chance for you to help build the community where you live. I love when the community could get the work done in their community. Then we have the two events on the 24th, apprenticeships. If you want to get training, if you want to be in some trades, if you want to get skilled up, you definitely want to join this event on the 24th. They're going to be trade training providers on there talking to you about all the programs that they offer, the requirements, the qualifications, and you can go into a breakout room and talk to them continuously so that you can close that network loop and definitely get connected to their training. And then, of course, on May the 25th, we're going to have a construction and building trades job fair. This will also be virtual, and we definitely want you guys to tune into that. We're going to have a lot of employers from all over the city that's subcontracted contractors that are doing some hiring. And again, you definitely want to join us again on May the 18th for Walmart. 100 and something jobs. Golden Ring, okay, can easily get to. Cockeysville can easily get to that store. The stores that's in White Marsh, transportation goes there. The stores that's in Towson, transportation goes there. And transportation goes to all of the Northeast food locations. So that's another great thing about these employers. Not only do they have job opportunities available, but guess what? You can assess, you don't have to have a Uber, a Lyft. You can use public transportation to get to work. So the opportunities are there. We have a lot coming up in May. Y'all got to stay with us. Stay with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Get connected with us. Come back to this show every Wednesday. Every Wednesday is going to be new opportunities. Every Wednesday is going to be something new that you can connect to. And that's what we do here at the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. I'll let Marvin close it out with the last few words. And guess what? I salute you, Baltimore. I salute you, Marvin, and all the employers that attended today. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful week.
Well, really, it's only one thing left to say. We have got to again thank our wonderful and talented engineer / producer, Miss
All
Arlie
that.
Lima, who's behind the
Yes.
scenes making all the magic happen. And with that, listen, get connected, stay connected, right? Get connected, stay connected. Find you a job, build your career, and do it with the
That's
Mayor's
right.
Office of Employment Development. We love you. Have a great day.